Edge hoisting up, Bree sliding down.
Oh, baby, slipped out the back door there with a big shot.
All right, guys, we're going to tune into this week's NXT, and we're going to talk about the Homecoming episode and everything else. Tune in to the Red Carpet Ring.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys, we're back at the Red Carpet Ring. We'll talk about WWE NXT Homecoming 2025 reunion. We are going to go over this week's NXT, as this is the Homecoming episode from Full Sail University, the original location for WWE NXT that aired back in the day, if you guys remember, in WWE Network before, and also part when they first moved to USA Network. But we're going to talk about it. Triple H kicked off the show. They play a vignette of beginning of NXT, talking about the history of NXT. In the video, you saw a package of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Alexa Bliss. Then you saw Bianca Belair, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, and many others that have made their mark in NXT. So he talked about how he was happy that the fans was in the audience, and he said NXT is stronger than ever because of you. And, he talked about the past and, of course, the present and everything. Shawn Michaels came out as well, who currently runs NXT. He came out and, him and Triple H had a face-off. Now, in real life, Shawn Michaels will be getting double knee surgery. Kevin Nash has spoke about this on his podcast, Click This. Also, Triple H said, what if he started running NXT again? Now, before they could, have their little face-off, before Shawn could really answer, William Regal comes out, the original NXT general manager, and he says famous lines, War Games. And I think Triple H will be running NXT for temporarily for the time being while Shawn Michaels is out with surgery until he recovers and everything else. Then next thing you know, we saw two people come out. The current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, also NXT alumni. Charlotte Flair told Triple H, the women really run NXT. They made history. And next thing you know, we have the match. We have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against the Culling, which is the team of Tatum, Paxley, and Izzi Dame. Very good match. It was a lot of near falls during the match that kicked off NXT. It seemed like the Culling had the match in the bag. Now, we did see Shawn Spears and Nico Vance. They tried to interfere while the ref wasn't looking. Charlotte Flair was mocking Shawn Spears, referencing his old gimmick, which is Ty Dillinger to count down 10. Meanwhile, it will be Alexa Bliss that will get the victory for her team, pinning Tatum Paxley with the Sister Abigail DDT. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss retain the Women's Tag Team Championships. So congratulations to both of them. Good way to kick off the whole nostalgia. Now, this show, we saw a lot of cameos. We saw cameos from, I may miss a few. We saw Bobby Roode backstage with Charlie Dempsey and Ren Sinclair. Charlie Dempsey said he was going to go off to Japan for a little bit. We saw that. We also saw people that were not in the match. We saw Bianca Belair. She waved to the crowd. We saw her at one point. We saw Damian Priest backstage. We saw a few others too. Shayna Baszler. We saw her. She has a creative role backstage, or one of the writers for NXT, or producer, whatever her title is. We saw that. We saw plenty of cameos. Now, of course, we'll get into the match. Another match we'll talk about is DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus Trick Mello. Carmelo back with Trick. They on NXT tag teaming. That was another good, solid match. It looked like DIY had the match in the bag. Meanwhile, we would see The Miz come out from the crowd while ref wasn't looking. He hit the Skull Crusher finale on Johnny Gargano. That allowed Trick and Mello, which was Carmelo Hayes, who actually got the pinfall for his team. And that was it for that match, because, The Miz is still tied to Carmelo Hayes. We saw another backstage segment, another cameo, Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn was talking to Javon Evans, and he was giving Javon Evans some advice and some words of encouragement. We know that Josh Briggs and Javon Evans are still beefing. So, Sami Zayn said, I was just like you, Javon. You got to keep going and just, don't give up. He said one day you become a United States champion like he is currently. So we saw that. Other match we saw another great match. It was Ethan Page defending his North American Championship versus Tyler Breeze, NXT alumni. Very, very good match. It seemed like Tyler Breeze almost had to win, but with Ethan Page will get the pinfall victory. He will defeat Tyler Breeze and retain his NXT North American Championship. I thought Chelsea Green Hervis would have came out because NXT, Chelsea Green is from it. She was in NXT, but we've been seeing her for weeks, so I guess she wasn't needed for the Homecoming episode. Anyway, we also had some other matches going on. Now, I'm going to get to Damian Priest. Damian Priest, he was backstage. He was backstage with Tavion Heights, and Damian Priest sent him to Sami Zayn, and Javon Evans was giving him words of encouragement. And Damian Priest said he talked to Ava, made a match. This will be an NXT No Mercy. Tavion Heights will challenge Ethan Page for the North American Championship. So can't wait to see how that's going to go. They've been having a rivalry for past month or so, but very good. Also, another part of the show, we had the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller, another NXT alumni. He will host a show with Femi, the current NXT champion, and challenger Ricky Saints, which they're both fighting at NXT No Mercy. Femi pretty much laid it out, but while Grayson Waller offended the TNA crowd. He said that Femi just said that Ricky Saints, you're just pretty much a pose boy, and he said there's nothing special about you, and he's going to defeat him at No Mercy. And Ricky Saints, he had his reply, or what he said to Oba. There was no physicality, and that was it as far as that goes. Meanwhile, we did have the main event. Main event will be a 6-woman tag. This will be Rhea Ripley, Stephani Vaquer, and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria is replacing Tiffany Stratton, who's originally supposed to be in the match. We saw Tiffany last week. Tiffany from SmackDown, she had a concussion in her championship match against Jade Cargill, which she did retain the WWE Women's Championship. Meanwhile, they will go against Fatal Influence, JC Jane, current NXT Women's Champion, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix. Another entertaining match. I like how that match went down. It was so obvious that Rhea, Lyra, and Stephanie was going to win. Very good match, though. Very, very good. Now, a couple more appearances we saw. Lexis King cut a promo. We saw the return of Finn Balor, and he came out to his original music, and he hit him with a coup de grace, and he was cheered by the crowd. But great moments, though. We'll get to the key moments of the show that happened, and let's talk about it. Key moments of the show would be Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They defend the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Good match. Some tells that they may still lose these belts soon. Then we saw the reunion, small reunion of Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. They're calling, I don't know what's next for them since they did not win the women's tag team belts. But we'll see what happens from there. And, of course, Triple H introducing NXT to the Homecoming history. But pretty much as a whole, this show was all about nostalgia. It was some good matches, but pretty much familiar faces. And, of course, we had Carmelo and Trick win their tag team match with help of The Miz. So, like I said, the show was great. It's all about nostalgia. Now, I'm going to give my review on this week's NXT episode. I will give a review of this NXT will be a 4.5 out of 5. There were some good matches there. I really was impressed with the North American Championship match. And, of course, Trick and Melo versus DIY was great, too. But other than that, though, guys, we are here going to talk about, this is all about NXT, WWE NXT Homecoming 2025 reunion. You guys let me know what you thought of the show. Click the link below to the next video. And, of course, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.